Yo, I made my calls today, even though I'm broke and I'm building. And this is the biggest perspective shifts that I've had in the last 30 days to help me stay consistent. Faith equals power. If you don't have faith in yourself, if you don't have the belief in yourself to do and achieve whatever it is you want to achieve, you're not even going to think about doing it. If you're not exposed to believing in yourself or having faith in God, if you don't even believe in God, which I'm still working through, but recently I started going to church in the last month or so. And I've been able to build a stronger belief in myself that allows me to come on here and start recording this video and posting it so I can add value to people's lives. If I didn't have the faith within me right now in this moment, I would not even be thinking about recording this video or even taking the action to record it and then post it. Why would I? Why would I open the door to more pain? I wouldn't even think about it. But my mindset has shifted in the last couple weeks in a major way that's allowed me to make some forward progress, some forward momentum into what I want to achieve. And this is what I want to come on here and share with you. Faith equals power. Your belief in God, if you don't believe in God, that's a subject that you need to work on. But it's okay if you're atheist. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to go after what you want. You're not going to go to the gym. You're not going to start eating right because why would you? You're not going to start building a business. You're not going to start making that connection with that girl or with that boy that you like. You're not going to make that trip out there because you know it's not going to work out for you. You don't have the faith. You're not going to drop the vice because you don't have the faith that you can do it and you can stick to it. Now I'm making this video and I'm yelling at you and I don't mean to preach at you, but this just it's a deep thing in me that I want to come on here and I want to tell you. I want to drill this into your mind. If you clicked on this video and you're giving me a piece of your life, if you're giving me a piece of your precious life, I want to be sure that I'm actually adding value to you. I want to be sure that this is actually going to drill into your heart and your mind. A lot of videos out here, you're probably consuming a lot of content that tells you a lot of things. And honestly, a lot of it you don't need. You don't need to be listening to this. You don't need to be listening to anybody else, but it helps. It's a distraction. YouTube is a distraction. Netflix is a distraction. Weed, drugs, porn, vices is a distraction. It's not going to help you. They're hedonistic activities. If you did it every day, all day, 24/7, you're not going to make any progress. You're going to have to take action, but the only way you take action is by having faith first. If you take action without faith, you're going to it's not going to work. It's never worked for me. You you can't. You're stuck in fear. You're stuck in complacency. You're stuck in overthinking. It's never worked. And if you do somehow manage to take some action, then you'll find that you've had just a little bit of faith, just a little bit of faith to take that first step, to drop that one vice, to talk to that one person. You had a little bit of belief that, hey, maybe this could work out for me. And you still walk towards that. That's been the biggest shift for me. It's not because I started going to church last month, last 4 weeks, and I started talking to God more. I do believe that helped. I've been reading The Power of Positive Thinking. It definitely does help to memorize scripture and to be able to recall scripture. Like, and if you don't believe in God, this is not gonna vibe with you, and this is not gonna vibe with a lot of people. My content that I'm making right now is not for the masses. I'm making content for a specific kind of person, a person that was a younger me, who I've I know I can help. I don't care about all the views. I want to provide value. I want to be sure where I'm 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the line, maybe I'm gone and this video is here and it's still impacting people in the right way. It's timeless. It's not because I started going to church and talking to God. Yes, that will help you. My parents were never people of praying. We never prayed over meals. We never went to church together. And that was pretty common among my friend group because people hang around people who they're like because it makes them comfortable. So there wasn't a lot of church around me. There wasn't a lot of friends that did that. And if they were, it felt weird for me to even talk about it because I didn't have that belief. So yes, it's not because I'm going to church. It's helped. Memorizing scripture like lines, if God be for us, who can be against us? I heard this the first time 2 months ago, a month ago, reading that book, Power of Positive Thinking. Or God is walking with you. He is guiding you. I heard that one the first time for a couple months ago, 2 months ago, in the same book. Certain words and scriptures like this that are super, super positive that you can burn into your mind every time a little doubt or fear creeps in, you could just relate back to this. And it's crazy too. This is not foreign, but it's foreign to me. AI even, I've been using ChatGPT so much because I've actually started moving towards my goals and I've needed to use it. It's relied back to the Bible and scripture, and it's crazy. And if I didn't like it, I would be like, chat, stop telling me about God. And it would probably stop. But I continue to say, thank you for this scripture. And it brings me more. So I'm attracting more into my life. I'm around church more. I'm around people who are doing that. And if they're not, I don't really vibe the same. We're not on the same wavelength. We're not on the same vibe. They're probably super cynical and negative and they have fear around this. And I'm all like positive and like faithful. This is the biggest shift for me. It's not because I've gone to church in the last month or so. It's not because I invested in some coaches and I made a big investment into them. It's not because I started working on a business. It's not because I dropped my vices. It's not because any of those things specifically. All of them helped. All of them are a new identity shift. All of them are combining to make a new person. But I truly believe it starts with faith because I wouldn't have been able to do any of it without it. If I would have been overran with fear and doubt and insecurity, I would never have taken the step out to try and even achieve what I wanted to achieve. And there's been a dark place that I've been in that you have no idea. Without the faith, I would not have even stepped out and tried to get into the light. And for men, we all have a dark side. Anybody has a dark side, but especially men. Especially men. We have 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 times more testosterone if it's done right than women. That drive, that internal fire that you have within you is meant for something purposeful. It's not meant for destruction, but it could cause a lot of fucking destruction. One choice can destroy everything. Everything. And one choice can elevate everything. And that's why you have to have faith that everything is going to work out for you. Because if you don't, you're going to be overran with fear, with anger, with doubt, with insecurity. You're going to cause fights. You're going to drive crazy. You're going to go so off track in vices and friend groups that you know are probably not healthy for you. And maybe you are on a self-development journey. And maybe you have separated yourself from people that you know aren't healthy for you. And maybe you have stopped the vices. Maybe you do have faith. And so you do know what I'm talking about is not bullshit. But there is another level that you can achieve. I'm talking to the younger me right now. There is another level that you can achieve, and every level is going to get increasingly harder. It's going to get harder. Pray for it to be hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, it wouldn't even be worth anything. You have to derive a certain amount of pleasure from the pressure that you apply to yourself willingly. You have to not fry your dopamine receptors and achieve dopamine naturally through effort and trial and error, not inhaling a chemical. For me, if you know me, you know I smoked daily, especially in high school. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. I completely stopped the vice a month or so ago. I completely dropped weed a month or so ago. That is the biggest distraction you can have if you're a pothead, because it fries your dopamine. It makes you feel complacent. And this is just one of them. If you have one of them on a daily basis, I guarantee you I can find more. I guarantee it. You're probably fapping. You're probably eating unhealthy. Probably watching Netflix. You're probably frying your dopamine receptors in so many ways, through social media, through other channels that you don't even know about. You're not even thinking about, because you don't want to think about it. You don't have the faith in yourself to even think about it. It would hurt. This message would hurt you. And it's good. That's why I'm saying it as I'm saying it. I want it to hurt. I need it to penetrate your mind and your heart to make a change. I want this video, somebody listening to it, to start developing faith in themselves. And if they don't have the faith in themselves, I'm telling you, you can grow that faith through God, through scripture, through words of affirmation and positivity. But maybe you just are so foreign to these subjects. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in any of this. I'm telling you, though, it will change your life if you start developing the faith to do what you say you're going to do, to take the action, to understand that, hey, maybe hope is not all lost. Hey, maybe I can really quit this vice. Hey, maybe I can really do this thing. Hey, maybe I can actually start this business. I can really grow this six pack. I can really do whatever it is you're going to do. You got to drop the vices. You got to stop frying your dopamine. You got to have faith in yourself to do so. If you don't have faith, you're not going to take action. And this video is meant for like 1% of people who it can help. This video is not going to, my channel, it'll grow if I stay consistent. The quality of video is going to go higher as I get better. The messaging is going to get better. But I'm telling you, I'm not making this for views. I'm making this to impact, to provide value, to make this video outlast me. This channel is going to outlast me. And you could go back to my old videos and you could see the difference. The videos I posted 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. Bro, I was a hedonistic motherfucker. You know, you just know when you're doing the wrong thing, or maybe you don't. You think you're doing the right thing. You have the right intentions, but you're off track and you're not making the progress that you know you can make. It's a breakthrough. That's what it's going to take, is a breakthrough, a shift in identity First, it requires faith. Faith is power. In order to shift your identity, if you're going to drop any of those vices I named, whatever vice you have, drinking, doing drugs, smoking, porn, whatever the fuck you are doing, fast food, Netflix, YouTube, watching this video, watching YouTube videos for hours on end, even though I'm making this video to purely impact, it is still a distraction towards your greater purpose. Even though I believe I'm furthering the message of the higher spirits, of God, and I'm making people better if you're listening to this fully, it's still a distraction towards what the work requires. It can be a distraction if all you did all day was watch this. Maybe while you're eating a meal, maybe while you drive. You could put this in your ear and I could be a source of God. I can be a source of power, of faith for you because I know you could do it. If I could do it, you could do it. I'm living proof right now. I'm working a job, a wagey fucking job. And I'm still pursuing business. I'm still dropping my vices. I'm still going to the gym. I'm still eating right. I'm doing every fucking thing I could think of in my mind in the last 30 days. And I just now really had the faith to come on here and record this video so I can help and provide value to others. And I could start this journey of consistently growing this channel. If I didn't have faith, I wouldn't be able to post or even make this video or talk about the things I'm talking about because they're so deep, dark, and heavy. Who's gonna listen to them? That's that voice, right? Who's gonna watch your channel? That's that voice, right? You can't stay consistent. That's not the voice you need to listen to. I have it. You have it. Everybody has it. Newsflash, it's hard. It's not going to get easier. But this is the mindset shifts that I've had. One more thing. I'm going to leave it here. One more thing. A morning routine. I feel like I'm just getting started on personal development, bro. Cuz I've done morning routines. I've done them. I've woken up at 5, 4. I've done the journaling. I've done the meditations. I've done the visualizations. But I'm still not at a result that I desire. In the last 30 days, I feel like I've made more progress than I have in the last couple years. I feel like I have more momentum than the last couple years. And it's because of the identity shifts that happen. Morning routine, instilling that morning routine and making sure I derive my dopamine from something that requires effort, especially in the first thing of the day. That will help you so much. John Mark is one of the channels that I've been watching that this mindset is deriving from. Now, yes, I've had other men speak into my life, other godly men. It's not just him. But he made a video about quitting weed that will give you superpowers that I watched, and it has helped me. It has helped me overcome that addiction. There are other things I do daily, other coaches that I've invested in that have been helping me tons. But John Mark, he teaches a morning routine, a simple 5-4-5 method. Write down 5 goals. Before, I really didn't write down the goals consistently. Then you do a 4-step morning routine. You have, for me, this is what I've been doing. I wake up at 6, and I have not missed the last 30 days. I wake up at 6. Some days are harder than others. I do 50 push-ups, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Go outside, I do 50 push-ups. I go and I pray. I thank God, and I pray for whatever I want to pray for. I go and take a cold shower. I'm deriving my dopamine. I'm training my dopamine receptors to feel and derive that feel-good chemical from something challenging. The cold showers is a bitch. And I used to do them often, and I stopped for the last year or so, couple years. but it's a bitch every single time. Fucking hate those things. And then I journal 4 steps. And then after that, you have the five things. So 5, 4, 5. After the 5 goals, a 4 step morning routine, you have the 5 daily actionable steps that you're going to take to get you closer to your goals. And a lot of successful men that you'll find have a certain framework like this. They have a systemized approach to their day that keeps their mind fixated on their goals and on God. And their dopamine is derived from the challenge of achieving the hardest parts of their day. That's why they go into it. And after a certain while, you start getting joy from that. The first week of being sober, bro, was ass. Ass, ass. First 2 weeks was ass. And that cold shower, bro, the hardest things. But it does get easier because you become more adjusted to the pain and you realize, hey, the more pain that it's I'm gonna push myself through, the more pressure, the more I'm gonna get better and the more joy I'm gonna feel because of that. So you start to be like, hey, I'm gonna do this because it actually makes me feel good. Why would I want to wake up at 8 and be a lazy fuck? Why would I want to go eat fast food? Why would I not want to go take my cold shower? Why would I not want to do my 50 push-ups? Why would I not want to do these certain things that keep my mind fixated on my goals and making me feel good and bringing me momentum and bringing me faith within myself? You have to remove your distractions. There's going to be people that tell you to do certain things. There's going to be people that tell you to do this, do that. You have to cut out the noise. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to do. It's not hard. You could watch a YouTube video, but just make sure that you're not doing it 24/7 and make sure it's an improvement. It's an improvement in your life afterwards, that you feel like you've gotten better afterwards. You know what you can and can't do. You know what's right, you know what's wrong. You know when you're being lazy, you know when you're being purposeful. You know when you're on a path of greater and achievement, and you know when you're on a path of degeneracy. This is This is common sense, honestly. But at the same time, if you're not familiar with God, if you're not familiar with faith, if you're not familiar with personal development, maybe you are, but there's certain aspects that you lack to implement and you just don't have that faith because you failed at something or you lost a bunch of money or you have a bunch of vices or like no wonder why you don't have the faith within yourself because you're being a lazy bum. You have a bunch of vices. You haven't even stepped out and attempted to connect with God or connected with the word or bring in a piece of positivity within you because it feels so foreign. No wonder if you're watching porn, smoking weed, watching Netflix, eating fast food, not going to the gym, not connecting with people, not working on your social skills, not working on yourself, not building a business, not working towards something greater. No wonder why you have no confidence. No wonder you're depressed. You want to go and off yourself. I've been in a dark place. And it's still not easy. It's not going to get easier. Get out of this mindset of it being easy. It's not going to be easy. But it's your duty, it's your calling, it's your mission, it's your vision as a man to take on the pressure and still work and still push, still provide. That's your duty, that's your calling. Being rich and wealthy and jacked as a man, that should just be a standard. That should just be your standard. Raise the fucking standard. Standards and habits. If you go and watch this dude, John Mark, and I encourage you to go watch John Mark, Hamza, Truca, Leo, and Andrew. Shout out to you guys. Andrew Tate on some of his videos. Super these four sources of godly men. These are certain channels that I've been adopting over the last 30, 60, 90 days that have helped my mindset drastically improve. I'm broke and I'm building and I still made my calls. And these are the biggest perspective shifts that I've had. And there's going to be more of this to come. If you're interested, follow for more. Stay dangerous. I'll see you in the next one.